Oh!
For us, the Game Awards is teaming up with Dreamhaven to give you incredible new titles, including the global reveal of the new game from Moonshot Games, which is part of Dreamhaven, and it's a very exciting game. I've been waiting to show you for a while. That's coming up in a little bit. Now, even if you aren't familiar with the Dreamhaven name, I am sure you are familiar with some of the people behind the company. Yeah. And joining me now is the co-founder of Dreamhaven, who's also, of course, the co-founder and former CEO of Blizzard Entertainment, Mike Morhaime. Mike, good to see you.
Mike, let's go, Mike.
Great to be here with you.
Woo!
Let me ask you, why did you want to start Dreamhaven in the first place?
Well, when I left Blizzard, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, and so my wife Amy and I spent a bunch of time just
in the first place.
Well, when I left Blizzard,
one more time.
I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, and so my wife Amy and I spent a bunch of time talking to people and brainstorming ideas, and we got to talking with a lot of folks that we loved working with in the past. They were also thinking about what they wanted to do next.
Hell yeah.
And the idea of what if we joined forces to try to create something really special, a place where game developers and creators could focus on making things they're really passionate and excited to make, an environment where people could do their best work, and really a goal of trying to create games that brought people together in positive ways and really just support them in doing their best work.
You mentioned internal teams, so people are probably wondering, like, well, how big is this company? What's is it a full-scale publisher, developer? Like, what can you tell us about the size and scope of Dreamhaven?
Yeah, so we have 2 internal teams, Moonshot Games and Secret Door.
Told you.
We also are building a central team that will help publish these games and bring them to players around the world. We have also formed relationships with a number of independent developers, and we provide them guidance and advice, and some of those relationships have actually grown to be even deeper, where Dreamhaven will end up being the publisher of those games.
All right, well, let's get into some of the games and show people some gameplay.
Awesome.
First up is Sunderfolk. It is a board game-inspired RPG that you can play solo or with friends. It's kind of a whole new genre for games, and it sounds like the perfect couch co-op game.
Lots of us at Dreamhaven, and especially Secret Door, love board games and tabletop RPGs.
That's the biggest understatement of all time.
Some of us have been playing them for decades with our friends.
The biggest understatement.
Now we're getting to introduce the magic to our families.
These people are obsessed with board games and
wanted to
tabletop
come up
games.
with a way to capture the magic of game night while also seeing if they could do some things to make it more accessible to more people.
All right, so you're digitizing the experience in a lot of ways, but maintaining some of the magic
famous
of that
nerds! Look at them! Yeah!
And, you know, it's just such a great
I've played this. It's
Sunderfolk
extremely
really is
slick.
a love letter to the genre, just with a twist. The team took the approach of putting the game board on a shared screen, TV or monitor, and putting your characters' actions and shield, or in this case, cards and abilities and even the rules of the game on a mobile device.
It is really cool to have that 2-screen experience.
Yeah, you play on the screen and you control on your phone.
Deep below ground, in the dark and fathomless Sunderlands, hope persists in the animal village of Arden, your home. For many seasons, the Light Tree has protected Arden. But all is not well in the Sunderlands. The Sunderfolk of your village look to you,
I play as the
guardians of
Berserker,
this town, for aid. Carry the seed of hope close, and forge ahead into darkness in search of answers. I'll ruin you and your whole
village. I have some opinions about how this is being presented.
I am afraid the ogres were just the beginning. You know what they say, a monster a day keeps the monsters away. Oh dear.
All right,
Shadowstone everywhere.
I'm turning this down for a second.
Corruption is so powerful. So Arden has.
So you play with 4 players on one screen. Each person controls their character from their phone. There's not even a set turn order. Like whenever you want to go, you just go. So it's kind of fun to argue and battle with your buddies about whose turn it is. And if you played Gloomhaven, some of the gameplay is a little bit like that.
And like any good adventure, this one is best shared.
April 23rd. Oh, rediscover game night. Ooh, someone in marketing working overtime.
On April 23rd, you also have a first look demo that is available on GeForce Now today.
That's right. The demo includes all of Sunderfolk's playable characters.
I love GeForce Now, by the way.
As well as the first few missions.
We're a GeForce stand for sure.
I'm looking forward to checking that out. And now we're going to move on to another game We actually announced last year at Gamescom opening night live, even though people didn't know it was tied to Dreamhaven at the time. And we are talking, of course, about Linked Banner of the Spark.
Okay, I have not played this game at all.
We're publishing Linked Banner of the Spark from a fantastic indie developer called FuzzyBot.
For those of you that aren't familiar with Linked, it is probably the most charming robot apocalypse
Isn't
game
it like a
out there.
roguelike meets Stardew Valley kind of thing?
But it also has town-building elements in it. It's chaotic and cozy in all the right ways.
Cozy is a
Linked
banned word in
has
this
a
channel.
Small and devoted community, and
we don't
FuzzyBot
use this
has
word
been
anymore.
adding a ton of new content over the last few months, and they're still planning on more.
Check out this latest video for Linked that shows off the world and gameplay.
Let's go! Actually, I have not seen this game. I think it was Gothalion who was talking a lot about this, is that right? Lead the charge. Even though I'm a little overweight and balding, this is how I see myself, is as this character, you know? Cyberfin! Gear up together. I need games that I can play alone. I struggle with trust. Dude, I will say, I think cozy is the most overused word in games right now. And it's completely appropriate in a lot of situations. Like, it's absolutely okay. But it's too much. It's almost like the word cook. Everything is cooking.
I am very excited to build my
you know?
Fish and Bot Friend collection as soon as it's out.
Well, you'll be able to play on consoles soon. And for our Steam Early Access players, you can enjoy the brand new content patch today.
All right, we've covered a lot
there
of
it
great
is.
stuff
The content's out right
The review of
now.
the Moonshot game is coming up in just a minute, but before then, we have one more game to cover. And I hear this is a game that you actually heard about from players in the StarCraft community. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, one of my friends recommended that I check out this small indie game that launched last September.
Yep.
And after trying the game, I just fell in love with it. And through a stroke of luck, we had the chance to become their publisher.
I know what it
Well,
is.
it probably won't surprise you why we love it so much.
All right, well, let's take a look at the trailer for Mechabellum.
Let's go! Yeah! Yes! Yeah, believe it or not, we play this game. We play this game quite a bit. They are now publishing Mechabellum. Bear-like? Wait, hold on. Someone's name is Bear-like? That's the best idea of all time. We're actually going to be playing Mechabellum after this showcase. Mechmate. Yo, this trailer's really good. 25 badass mechs. All right. I have a lot of positive things to say about this. Zuhir Galaxy, this game looks lame. Are you just saying that because you know I stream this game a lot? Although, you can never launch 3 nukes in one turn. Mechabellum. Let's go. It's a cozy mech murdering game.
It's a turn-based auto battler, and it still has some strong RTS vibes, though, right?
That's right. I think that it scratches the RTS itch without the high APM requirement.
Esports for old people. Let's go.
Game River has been
if you want to be a washed-up gamer like Day9, whose knuckles hurt every time he tries to play Age of Empires, you'll love Mechabellum.
Excited about being part of it.
And since it's on Steam now, I guess, right? Because it came out in September, so people can pick it up today if they want to check it out?
Absolutely. You can pick up the base game or the Premium Edition, which launches today. And those who want to try before they buy can participate in the free play weekend that is starting on April 4th.
All right, well, we've seen 3 games today, but we do have one more for everyone, and this is something really special, a global reveal. Last summer, I got to come down here and do a playtest of this title. We really wanted to show it at the Game Awards, but it wasn't quite ready. Mike, this is the first title from Moonshot Games.
I don't know what that means.
Yes, and as much as I would love to tell you about the game, I think it's best if you hear from the Moonshot team.
Let's go! It's Moonshot team!
Hi, I'm Jason.
Oh, dude, it's Jason and Jonathan! Let's go!
Dustin Brunner, game director at Moonshot. Now, imagine a dangerous place at the edge of the galaxy, outside the law, called the Typhon Reach. It's like a cosmic scale Bermuda Triangle with cosmic storms, quantum meteors, and treacherous monsters, all guarding the most prized objects in the universe, the ancient artifacts of the Prime.
The remote control.
And this is where you come in. We need you to assemble your crew, choose your starship, and risk it all in a chaotic adventure where the only plan is the one you make up as you go. Let's see what lies in the most dangerous corner of
Not unlike the game developer experience. Okay. All right.
Welcome to the Reach.
I'm gonna let it do its thing for a bit.
Of discovery and brutal explosions.
Oh yeah.
But hey, I'm sure you'll be fine. Now you're gonna need a tough team.
Time to break something. Hello, Luke.
And an even tougher ship.
Quality upgrade.
Keep her flying, and you'll find wonders beyond your wildest dreams.
Oh yeah.
I want to see how they describe this game.
Wildgate open.
I want you to tell me
Or
what you think this
blast
game
and
is like.
take your loot. That's a distinct possibility.
The artifact is getting away.
So get ready.
Blast 'em.
When your airtight plan goes out the airlock,
Into the fray.
improvise. Use your turrets.
Stealing their stuff.
Hell, use their turrets. Traps, tractor beams, big red buttons.
Overloaded their reactor.
Because the Reach gives.
Resources in. Coming in hot.
And
Audience
the
is
Reach takes.
clearly a deck builder.
Can't promise fame and fortune here,
Mine layer here.
or that you'll even make it back.
Get to the gate. Go, go, go,
But
go.
I can promise this.
That's my artifact.
It's gonna be one hell of a story.
Wildgate! Woo! Play wildgate.com. Hell yeah.
Wildgate is a crew-based shooter that takes place in the far reaches of space, where 20 players across 5 ships face off to secure the valuable artifact and escape.
Or you can choose violence and opt for an elimination round, working together with your fellow prospectors to destroy every other rival crew in the Reach through ship versus ship combat.
And even if combat isn't your thing, there's tons to do and discover, as you and your crew will need to scout out and claim resources, as well as your path out of the Reach through a nearby Wildgate.
With the other 4 ships all trying to do the same, you can expect to face some pretty intense matches. And space crimes. Lots of space crimes. The Reach is ever-changing, and the map layout for each game is procedurally generated, so no 2 games will play the same.
Space
Over the last
crimes.
year, we've had the privilege to host some small tests behind closed doors. And we're now ready to kick off our very first public playtest in the next few
Behind
weeks.
larger, but
Sign up
still
on our
closed
website for a
doors.
chance to join us.
Thanks so much for watching. But before we go, let's take an even deeper look into the Reach.
Oh, well, what's this?
I want to tell you about a place called the Typhon Reach.
I think I've
it's
seen
not
this
for the
video.
faint of heart, but it's where legends are made. Legends like the Gamma Gang. They did a smash and grab on the artifact like nobody's ever seen.
The Gamma Gang. There they are.
But first, let's back up. How'd they even make it this far?
So the
When you're
basic
in the
way
Reach,
to...
you're
I'll
after
wait.
one thing.
I'll wait.
The artifact.
There it is. That's a win
the
condition.
most valuable object in the known universe. And if you're brave or stupid enough to go after it, you won't be alone. Be the first crew to find it, snatch it, and pass through the Wildgate, or be the last crew left standing. It all
Captain Shears is
starts
the golden
with your
snitch.
ship. Whether you're mining asteroids, scanning for loot, or battling borders, the right ship isn't just a choice. It's your edge in the fight to stay alive. You could go big with the Bastion, packed full of gadgets and guns, but they'll see you coming a light year away.
Oh, yeah.
Or go small with a Hunter. Just don't get caught, because those shields will not last. Remember, your ship is your lifeline. You lose your ride, it's mission over.
So when this is done, I can
on the other
talk
hand,
about how the game works and what
whatever the Reach throws at
the game's like. So.
Armed with the right weapons, tools, and special skills, it's all hands on deck. That's one thing the Gamma Gang understood. It's not about sticking to one job. It's about supporting your crew. Mining
or yelling at
resources,
your crew.
Keeping the engines running, putting out fires. Every crew member counts. Because when things start to heat up, it's either you or them.
Fly around and find out.
Breathing death trap, cosmic storms, reach leeches, lava asteroids, and space mines. To get a handle on what's out there, you're gonna need to scout ahead. Probes are your best bet to map the area. Locate hazards, supplies, and hidden treasures. It's also how the Gamma Gang stayed one step ahead of the other crews.
All right.
Fuel and ice. Without them, the job gets a lot tougher. If your reactor overheats, you'd better have ice on hand to cool it
How
down.
often do we see
fuel gives your
a
ship
trailer that
extra
explains
boost
how the
and
game works?
Quick getaway.
It's the dream
Running
come
out
true.
won't leave you stranded, but trust me, without it, you're as good as Reach dust. If you want to pull this off, you'll need the best loot you can find. All over the Reach are lost caches of cutting-edge ship upgrades, powerful weapons, and gear that gives you the upper hand. But do not get cocky. The better the goods, the tougher they'll be to grab. This place is teeming with vicious little surprises. Grab what you can and make it quick, because those other prospectors could crash the party at any moment. Which reminds me, watch your back, because those rival squads will try to board your ship. Keep your guns loaded.
Oh yeah,
multi-tools
okay, this
ready
is the
to
best
repair.
part.
They'll do everything they can to try to sabotage you. Don't let them. Now, back to the big score. The artifact. You never know where it'll pop up, or what kinds of hell you'll have to go through to get it. Many prospectors went in that day, but only the Gamma Gang came out. But it wasn't over yet. They made a mad dash for the Wildgate, and the other crews were hot on their tail. Which brings us back to here. Now, the Gamma Gang did make it to the Wildgate, but I never said they made it through. They had the guns, the fuel, the upgrades. The plan was perfect. Or so they thought. Because there was one thing they didn't expect. Me.
Oh, the narrator's a character in the. Oh, the
That's
twist.
the Reach, kid.
Oh,
I didn't play fair. And you don't have to either. Because out here, the only plan that counts is the one you make up on the fly.
that's such a great
I hope
tagline.
all you guys are excited as I am about Wildgate. I cannot wait to jump in more and do, as Dustin said, some space crimes, Mike.
You and me both. The Moonshot
You
team
and
put
me
so much
both.
care into making sure the world isn't just fun to explore, but that the matches are challenging and in most cases unpredictably hilarious.
When a bunch of
Well, I
pleasant
cannot
people
wait, as I
want
said,
to
for
be
more people
violent,
to go.
you know.
This is really a game you have to play to really get all the excitement inside of it. All right, well, that kind of wraps up the show, but let's recap what we've talked about so far. The Sunderfolk demo is on GeForce Now right now.
And hey,
Mechabellum launches a premium edition today and a free play
I'm
weekend
streaming
next month.
Sunderfolk tomorrow with
Linked is
JP
currently
Gassy
in
Mexican
Steam
and
Early
Bruce
Access
Green.
and coming soon to consoles.
Playing
And you
Mechabellum
can
right after
sign
this.
up for Wildgate's community preview playtests. It's really a more the merrier kind of game, so encourage your friends to sign up too.
And what I love about all the games, Mike, is that you're showing real gameplay on them. I know you had to wait. We had to wait a while to see them, but it's been worth it. And it's clear that Dreamhaven is kind of not making just one kind of game, a whole bunch of different experiences, but they're all united by the idea of kind of playing together with friends and family.
I couldn't agree more. We're so grateful for your support, Jeff, and for everyone who's followed our journey so far.
Absolutely. I'm excited. This is only chapter 1 for Dreamhaven, and we can't wait to hear more.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all online.
See you later.
Oh, there's the town in Sunderfolk. All right. So yeah, no, turning it down. Like, I want to talk about the last game, Wildgate. The way it works is it's sort of like... Hold on, turn that down a little bit more. Yeah, this game, Wildgate, the way it works is that it's kind of like a match where there's 5 ships per match. Only one team of the 5 wins. And then there's 4 people who are operating each ship. And there's a lot of the mechanics that you might expect. You can, you know, sort of fly around and find better equipment and loot to improve yourself. But the ship, the stuff on the ship, is literally like you get items that you slot into stuff on your ship. And if an enemy exits their ship, flies to yours and enter it, they can just like unplug and take it, or they can plug it in somewhere else. So like, you know, maybe there's a button that if the pilot of the ship hits it, it will shoot mines out whatever side that pickup is plugged into. So you can go into their ship, unplug it, and plug it into the front. So then if you're chasing that ship and they hit the button, it'll shoot mines in front and they'll crash into it. So it's kind of like, I saw a lot of people describe it as like Sea of Thieves looking. One of the things that I didn't like about Sea of Thieves is that it's just so amorphous. It's just like, do whatever you want and occasionally steal stuff, and why not? But this is structured, you know, Wildgate is structured as an actual match. So you can destroy the other 4 ships, or you can be the first one to find the artifact and escape with the artifact. Gosh, I'm trying to think of the best way that I would describe it. I would almost call it like if Sea of Thieves was turned into a PvP experience. How long is a match roughly? I have no idea. I think it's like 30 minutes. I'm literally pulling that number out of my ass. I have no idea. Escape from Tarkov. Well, the thing about Tarkov is each person kind of doing their own thing, where I show up, I try to get my stuff, and I try to exit. And because players are passing through each other, you wind up incidentally in conflict. But like, there's times when I will enter into a round of Tarkov, and there's sort of a band of like success. This went okay, this went amazing, this went poorly. In Wildgate, it's like you're trying to win or lose. It's an actual win condition. It's very crisp and very clear. So I actually would say it is nothing like an extraction shooter. I would definitely say it is not an extraction shooter, period. Also, I was one of the people, I know me and Mr. Bitter recommended the shit out of Mechabellum to the Dreamhaven folk. Way back when I was playing it, I think it was in the summer of 2023, where I just could not get enough Mechabellum. And then I sort of petered out on Mechabellum, and at the end of last year, I started to like spin back up and get more interested, because all the friends that I had recommended Mechabellum to were recommending that I go back and play more Mechabellum. And I was like, sick. All right. I mean, if all my trusted pals are saying it's better than it was a year and a half ago, yeah, let me check it out again. And then I discovered that Dreamhaven was publishing it, and I was like, nice. Oh, man. And so I'm going to be playing Mechabellum basically in 5 minutes for a few hours, because I'm jonesing for some Mechabelluming. I'm going to be playing Sunderfolk tomorrow. Sunderfolk is one of the other games that Dreamhaven just talked about. They already have played footage and shared. You can go find tons of gameplay stuff, so feel free to look up Sunderfolk. But Sunderfolk is a game where on the main screen is the game, but I, the player, control what's happening on the screen via my phone. So now it can be me and 3 of my buddies all playing the game together, but we're on our phone. I don't know, kind of like Jackbox games, except Jackbox games are so small, and so just like, just draw a funny picture and we laugh a bunch. But, I mean, in Sunderfolk, it's actually how you control your character and how you learn about what your character can do and so on. Is Sunderfolk browser-based? I mean, it's... Get this out of the way. It's a game. So you buy it, you download the game, you open the game, but only the owner-host of the game needs to own the game. So it's kind of similar to, again, like Jackbox, where only one person actually needs to own the thing. I don't know a lot about the tech itself on the phone. I don't know if it's specifically an app or if it can open in the web or whether you scan the QR code and it says open this app and then play it. I would assume that it's all client-based. Like the host has to download a video game and then also I download an app and so on. But I will say it's a pretty slick, sick way to play a tabletop game. Because again, Sunderfolk, the game is here on the screen, and we're controlling it on the phone. And imagine like if your D&D session removed all the obnoxiousness of tracking information. Like, all right, roll a dice. Wait, what does that say? What is that? That's a 13? Hold on, let me reference a thing. Okay, that's a hit, so let me roll. Okay, you take 1d... Oh, wait, hold on, you take bonus damage. Okay, wait, that's 1d8 plus 1d4. Okay, do you want to do anything? Okay, cool, you're not going to, do any special reaction move. Okay, write down this much stuff. I have you at this much health. Okay, next person's turn. I mean, it just takes a long time. One of the things that you heard me talk about with Baldur's Gate 3 that I loved so much about it is that the game manages all the numbers. But Baldur's Gate 3 is a very I am individually playing the game sort of experience. And so with Sunderfolk, all of it's being managed digitally, but you're actually playing with a bunch of people all in the same room, all controlling from your phone. So, like, I think it's an extremely clever way to... I don't know, it's not just a clever way to, like, do a game. I'm kind of surprised that no one else has done this. Kelsworth says, do you know how it works for playing multiplayer remotely? Does everyone have to own the game for remote play, or does one person stream or something? Yeah, Kelsworth, the way it works is that, like, okay, let's imagine that you're in the room next to me, and the game is on the screen. There's a QR code. I scan it, and now I'm controlling on my phone. If you were in East Coast and I'm West Coast, you would screen share your game, and then I'd QR code and just control it from my phone, and I would see what happens on the screen. Or Steam Remote Play, or whatever sort of sharing methodology you want. And so I'm streaming it tomorrow, and I still have to figure out how the hell I'm going to put my phone on screen without doxing myself. I got to get more responsible and figure that garbage out. I mean, the good news is that I have my old phone that I dug up and plugged in. Maybe I'll just run it on the old phone. Who knows? Could always just get a burner. Yeah, I open the flip phone, play a game of Sunderfolk, and crack it over my knee, like throw it away. No one will ever know that I did that. So instead of your Android emulator dev workflow, it's true, fan of a varies. I've been delaying so much. But yeah, no, I'm super excited to play Sunderfolk on stream. I'm super excited to play Mechabellum on stream in about 90 seconds. And Wildgate, I think some of you know, the only gaming I've really had time to do in the last 6 to 12 months has been when I am on stream. So I have not yet gotten to play Wildgate. However, I had access to the playtest, and every one of my friends that played Wildgate was spamming me about it. Like, dude, I can't wait for it to come back. Do you play it? Do you want to play it? We need another one. We need to get a fourth. And I was like, give it a bit. Jillock says, are you going to be streaming the main screen for Sunderfolk on your screen on your phone? The way it's going to work is probably JP McDaniel will run the game. I will get access to the game via Steam Remote Play. I will full screen the Remote Play window, and then I will play from my phone. That's probably technologically what's going to happen. Thought is what I estimate. Calibre says, I will say during those playtests it could get pretty hard to gather enough players. Yeah, man. People I haven't talked to in years are like, Day9, you're in? Day9, hey! Hello! Do you want to play a game? Alright, who wants to play some Mechabellum? Al says, what's the full name of Wildgate? It's Wildgate. It's playwildgate.com. playwildgate.com.